Hi, welcome to Wednesday Ramblings, a moment when I take just a brief look at what my message for this coming weekend is centered around. The message series continues with the What is the Message theme, and over the next 2 weeks I'll be drawing it to a close. This weekend is a very challenging weekend because we have Luke's version of the Beatitudes. Luke is a lot more aggressive, I suspect, as he presents what Jesus teaches. He is blessing those who are struggling, those who are finding it difficult, but then he has a series of woes, the opposite. Woe to you if you have your fill now. Woe to you if you're happy now. And so he presents that the mission that Jesus is preaching, Luke presents it as being something which very clearly isn't looking at how to make people feel comfortable. He is stretching the limits, he is pushing and asking people to think very seriously about what it means to be a disciple. Last weekend we heard Peter and James and John leaving their boats and following Jesus. There's a few verses that are missing between that gospel passage and this Sunday's gospel, including the calling of all 12 of the disciples, and here Jesus is telling them what it's going to mean. Matthew has it presented as the Sermon on the Mount. In Luke's gospel it's the Sermon on the Plains. Same sort of message, but Luke just gives it a little bit of an edge, and that will be taken a step further next weekend when we come to the final part of this message series, where Jesus really does gives us words of comfort, but in fact they're not very comfortable. So this weekend I'd like to hope that we might be uncomfortable when we hear the words of the Beatitudes as Luke presents them, that there might be some kind of discontent in our lives, that we can look at them and say, I need to do something to make a difference as to how I live and what I do to proclaim the gospel. Aren't you glad you called in this afternoon to see what I was going to suggest? But good luck, and I look forward to seeing you next time on my Wednesday Ramblings.